Hello everybody, this is Tucker Miller here again, and tonight, like I said, for my next movie review, I'm gonna be reviewing on Dumbo. Came out in 1941. So anyways, let's get to the plot of this movie. So, the plot of this movie is we got this elephant named Mrs. Jumbo, who received a special delivery from Mr. Stork, and then that special delivery was a baby elephant of her own, and she decided to name him Jumbo Jr., but however, all the other elephants just call him Dumbo. Well, everyone else calls him Dumbo, but meanwhile, then Mrs. Jumbo found out that Dumbo had really big, ginormous ears, and all the other elephants were making fun of him because of his big ears, and then Mrs. Jumbo loves Dumbo the way he is, and then meanwhile during the circus there were some kids that were making fun of Dumbo's ears, and Mrs. Jumbo stood up for defended Dumbo, and she got very angry at the kids and started beating up one of them, and she became very mad, and then the Wee Master end up locking Mrs. Jumbo up, and now Dumbo feels like an outcast, and then meanwhile Dumbo met this mouse named Tinefy. So yeah, Dumbo and Tinefy got along quite well, and they must do anything they can to make the circus successful, and that's pretty much what the plot of this movie is. So anyways, what can I say about Dumbo? I'm gonna say this. This was a really sad movie. This is a very sad movie. This is a very sad movie, but other than from being sad, this is still a great classic. This is a great classic from 1941. And fun fact, this is Walt Disney's favorite film that he did. This is Walt Disney's favorite film that he worked on. Yeah, this like I said, this is Walt Disney's favorite film that he ever made. So, yeah. Yeah, Dumbo is a great classic from 1941, and yeah, I mean, it may be a sad movie, but this is a very sad movie because Dumbo got separated from his mother, and yeah, that was very sad. This is a very sad movie. So anyways, let's talk about the characters. Dumbo, I'll have to say, he's a very cute character. Dumbo is so adorable. Anyone can agree. Dumbo is very adorable. Dumbo is one of the Dumbo is like the only one of the Disney characters that don't have any dialogue. Dumbo, he is a pretty silent character. He never even he doesn't even talk. He never say anything. Dumbo is a very silent character. This is like the only one of the only characters that doesn't talk in this film. I mean, I guess given that he's a baby elephant, but I mean, in real life, animals don't really talk. But yeah. But yeah, Dumbo, he's a pretty silent character. But yeah, Dumbo, he is a very cute and adorable character. Anyone can agree on that. And Timothy Mouse, he is a great character. And then Mrs. Jumbo, she's a pretty good character, even though, it is sad that she got walked up and, yeah, and all the other elephants, I don't know what to say about them. They were pretty mean to Dumbo because of his big ears. Poor Dumbo. And, yeah. And the crows, who are those characters, I would say, some people say that the crows in this movie are racist, but they said that the crows were racist, but I don't see anything. I don't see why they're racist. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that, but I don't understand why I don't get why people say that the crows are racist in this film. I don't know. I don't know what is going on with that, but yeah. I mean, I'll say the crows, they're great characters. And yeah. Yeah, Mr. Stork, I'll say he's a pretty good character, even though he's not in the film that much. And the Wee Master, he's a pretty good character too. So, yeah. So, anyways, those are the characters I can think of on top of my head, but yeah, now let's talk about the songs. This film has so many songs. The Look Out for Mr. Stork song was pretty good. So is the Look song when the guys were setting up the circus and stuff like that. When they were working hard in the rain. That was a pretty good song. And of course, we cannot forget Baby Mine, which that was a beautiful song, but I'll say that song was very sad. It was in the probably the most saddest scene, the very sad scene from this film. Baby Mine is the scene where Mrs. Jumbo was walking Dumbo with her trunk back and forth, and yeah, while she was walked up, and yeah, it was just very sad. Dumbo really misses his mom. Yeah, Baby Mine it's a pretty sad song. But, yeah, it was sad. Very sad. Poor Dumbo. He really misses his mom. And then the Pink Elephant song. That was kind of a creepy song, but at the same time it's pretty good. Yeah, the Pink Elephant song is kind of creepy, but at the same time pretty good. And of course, when I see an elephant fly, that was a great song. That's one of the most important one of the most best known songs of this film, along with Baby Mine. And yeah. Yeah, this film has some great songs. Now, some scenes. Like I said, the sad scene where Mrs. Jumbo was walking Dumbo. That was very sad. That was a very sad scene, and the scene where Dumbo started to fly. That was a great scene. We cannot forget about that scene. You know, he uses a feather. He holds the feather on his trunk, and he flies. Of course, we cannot forget about that scene. And yeah. Yeah, those are the only scenes I could think of right now, so yeah. Yeah, this is a classic. Great film from 1941. So yeah, and also the live action remake, that was the Tim Burton live action remake that starred Danny DeVito. It was actually a pretty good remake. I saw that remake in the theater in 2019, and yeah, the remake came out in 2019, and I remember seeing it in theaters back when it came out. And I liked that remake. I thought it was pretty good. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Tim Burton live action remake of Dumbo with that stars Danny DeVito as the remaster. It was a pretty good movie, but probably not as good as this film. Like, the difference between the live action remake is there was no Timothy. Timothy got replaced by those two kids and their father. I forgot what their names were, but yeah. And they didn't even have the clothes in this film. I don't think. It's been a while since I've seen the remake, and yeah. And of course the scene where, and also one scene, there's another scene I want to talk about. The scene where Dumbo reunited with his mother. That was a great scene, like, at the very end. That was a great scene. I was so happy that Dumbo got to reunite with his mother, and yeah. Yeah, so anyways, now back to the talking about the live action remake. Yeah, the Dumbo live action remake is not bad, but it was pretty good, but probably not as good as the original classic from 1941. So, yeah. Yeah, like I said. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, the live action remake was pretty different than this film. Like I said, there was no Timothy. They didn't have, like, the clothes and yeah. Yeah, the live-action remake was pretty different. And it was kind of longer because this film is kind of short. This film is kind of short. Like, it is, it's like 63 minutes. Yeah, that's kind of short. This is a 63-minute movie. Does it say on the tape? No. It's like an hour and 8 or 9 minutes. This is a pretty short film. This film is not that long. So, yeah. This is kind of a short film. Short movie. 63 minutes. As it says on the back of the VHS cover. So, yeah. And the New York Times says, I'll do it for fun. The New York Times says, a film that you'll never forget. I can agree on that. This is definitely a film that you will never forget. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it, but I'm sure most of us has seen this movie by now. And yeah, this is a classic. This is a great classic, but at the same time, it is very sad. Like, you know, like I said, because Dumbo got separated from his mother. And yeah. Yeah, it may be a sad movie, but this is still worth watching if you haven't seen it. So, yeah. So anyways, that's all I can say about Dumbo. So anyways, I'm gonna give Dumbo a 10 out of 10. I cannot think of any flaw with this film. So, yeah. So anyways, that is it for my movie review on Dumbo. And stay tuned for my next movie review, which will be on Bambi. But until then, see you in the next video. Bye.